Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rimworld, the planet of the eggs, or as our colony is known for those of you who don't remember. So in the last video, shit hit the fan, to be completely honest. Things went really crazy in the last video, but it was also one of my favorite videos so far. Basically what ended up happening was that the psychic drone event actually finally happened, and it occurred right down here. So we went down, fought the thing, out came the big old centipede that always comes with it. Somehow we defeated the thing without the centipede dealing too much damage to us. We got back to the base. Oh shoot, we need to turn these things off, so let's do that in the meantime. We came back to the base where the centipede ended up following us. Half of our people started, like, starving to death. They had critical injuries, and both Austin and Veldron ended up going insane. Austin was abandoning the colony, where he ended up getting shot and knocked down, and Veldron just went in a haze. Somehow we got them all back, and also, even on top of that, somehow they're all okay. And not all that much worse for wear, so we have, like, the greatest colony of all time, to be completely honest. Veldron just got poor treatment, so that is honestly to be expected. How are Veldron's wounds actually... everything's perfectly okay. They did have that gunshot from the, minigun, but only thing he's got is a little bit of pain. Of course, he's still set up to be recruited. And, as I mentioned in the last video, what I think we're definitely going to do now, since we have that AI persona, core right there, I think we're actually going to try to prioritize mining much more than we have in the past, and, I think from this point on, let's look at these research tasks and see if there's any of these that are incredibly important. Colored lights, we'd need that for the rave room, but really, the rave room isn't all that important right now, even though we've never finished it. So I promise you guys, someday we'll finish that room, and everything will be happy in the world. But we're gonna do shipbuilding basics as we are right now, but then once that's finished, we're going to go into all of the much more intensive shipbuilding stuff. We are actually low on food right now. That's a little bit scary. We're not desperate for food, but I think it would actually be a very good idea to actually go ahead and start harvesting plants. We'll harvest all the ones in our little home zone area, since that's very close to our home, so that'll be a good place to end up doing that. But yeah! So, basically, we're gonna get to work on all of the stuff for the late game scenario, because we haven't ever beaten the game on this series. I've never even seen what it looks like when you beat the game, so I'm really interested in us being able to do that as soon as possible. Of course, as I mentioned before, we're going to put the ship in this hallway. I hope there's enough room for it, but basically we're gonna set it up piece by piece as you would expect, and, then when the ship eventually needs to lift off, then we could just create a no-roof zone above it and then fly off away. So I think that would be a really safe and secure way to end up handling that, and that's the main reason why we're doing it that way. One thing that we do need to be concerned about, though, as I have mentioned before, is, once again, that was another, getting that, like, centipede to come and the AI persona core was, again, kind of actually a really bad event for us to occur. It's awesome because we got the persona core, and obviously we need that to be able to beat the game, or at least get the end game, message or event to trigger. But it's also a very unfortunate poor kind of thing to have happened to us, because it's another encounter that did not really give us any benefits in regards to weaponry. Oh, of course a mysterious blight destroys our crops when we're low on food. That makes me happy at least that we went and harvested all this stuff right here. Harvesting the plants outside does not give you very much, so maybe it would be a good idea to also harvest the ones that are kind of out in our main opening corridor area. So you know what? Let's go ahead and harvest those as well, just to be extra safe. Make sure that we'll have enough food. There's actually there isn't a hell of a lot in there, but there's a pretty decent amount. The nice thing about actually harvesting all those plants is that just opened up so much food that we could sell if we wanted to. I don't think we will, of course, since we are kind of low on food if we get the chance, but it's nice to know that that was actually a thing. Looks like Veldron is actually going to be a little bit of a pain to recruit. Yep. Since he is indeed the tribe's person, even though he was part of our colony before, it looks like his loyalty threshold is, like, constantly going to be unbearably high, but we'll get him eventually. And, in fact, nope, not gonna work. We'll get him eventually. Went back under and we failed. Whatever. I'm pretty sure you're not even able to recruit the person as long as the loyalty threshold is above where your little bar is. So I think that 7% thing must have happened right when we when that final bit happened. We have an industrial trader here. Isn't there, unless he buys food, there isn't really going to be much that we could do from that. I think we actually would sell the food if we can, just because I really would like a lot more food at this point. Noah was, no, Jack Frost is our main warden. We could get rid of Noah for being the warden right now, I think. Might be nice to have 2 of them going, but Jack Frost is the master of all wardening, so might as well have him be the one to do it. How is his... Okay, he's gotten enough rest, so let's go ahead and call these people, see if they're offering anything to us. Of course, there's all that metal. We really need more bandages, but of course we can't do anything about that. I believe... Yeah, that's what they're buying it for, so even if we had any wood, they wouldn't be buying that. Ugh, man, that's so sucky. That is so very bad for us right now. But you know, we're dealing with things as they come, so it's a case scenario where we can't always win. Wait, what? Oh my god. Yes! I had no idea those things actually drop miniguns. That changes a hell of a lot. We just got a minigun on our squad. Okay, who was the best shooter? Actually, minigun might be a good thing to give to one of the worst people. Alex isn't very good because obviously he has that. But you know what? Let's give it to one of the bear shots. That's a good thing about the minigun. The minigun is one of the weapons that I actually kind of truly believe works on any colonist, mainly because of the fact that it fires so many shots that even if they've got a low amount of even if they've got a very bad accuracy, with the minigun, you're pretty likely to end up hitting your target at least a couple of times. But of course, giving it to a person who is better equipped is always a nice little bonus. That means we're going to, let's go, since Austin has been the one who's gone through so many burdens, I mean everyone has, but he's the, I feel like Austin has gone through more than most people. Let's go ahead and actually have him equip the pistol. I believe, no, if there's a short bow right there, that must have been Austin's short bow, so I'd imagine that means someone on the colony does not have a weapon on hand. Hopefully we're getting to the point where most, if not all, people have at least some gun that isn't a bow. Ah, okay, Veldron is the one who doesn't have a weapon at this point. Trade ship is passing by. They are a food trader. That is really good for us. Lady is passing by but not joining the colony, so that doesn't really matter at all. Jack Frost, my main man. You're going to... No, this one, I think. Because we actually probably really do need to sell all that food. They're not buying it? Oh my god. Frickin' jerkwads. Of course they're not buying, raspberries, only buying potatoes. Packaged survival meal, high quality packaged meal, manufactured for use in survival situations. Does that include homemade meals as well? I would imagine it doesn't, but that would be nice if it did. You know what we're going to do then is, let's go ahead and have, since Jack Frost is the one who's going to be doing this, let's have him haul potatoes. Please haul them. Yes, I love you. I love you, Jack Frost. I was gonna say, please don't haul them to the, nutrient paste dispenser. So now we'll at least be able to sell those. There's only 35, so that's not going to be an incredible amount. In fact, that's not even enough to buy a single piece of medicine. We're so close. Oh god. Oh, they are buying wood though. They are buying wood, and we could sell them 75. They're only buying it for 1 apiece, but you know, it's one of those things where honestly, we don't need wood right now. In fact, let's buy 2 pieces of medicine because we definitely need to start gaining medicine again. And then let's check our map. Yeah, there actually isn't a single task that requires wood that we're working on in our place right now. So that's pretty awesome. Obviously, since we just saw wood goes for very little, this isn't going to help us out too much. But let's go ahead and just chop down all that wood. We could probably, if there are any trees that continue to grow in here, which there are not, or have grown big enough there. We could have gone ahead and chopped down a lot of those, but I don't think that that's all that necessary. We could just deal with the ones that are in there, because seeing as wood only goes for 1 apiece, there isn't really much of a point to chop down a hell of a lot, although... Ooh, that's 75 already just from that. Maybe we should go ahead and chop a lot. But here, we need Jack Frost to go ahead and haul this stuff. Because if we do a lot of it, that'll actually give us a lot of cash. Because 1 per piece of wood, and the trees actually seem to give you quite a lot of wood per tree. So this actually might be a really good way to handle it. So we'll wait to finish the rest of those till next morning. Actually, in fact, you know what? Let's disturb Jack Frost from his slumber just a little bit. Want to make sure that we go ahead and sell a lot of this before we actually really need it. So that's actually going to save a lot of our medicine problems. Like, as I mentioned in the last video, one of our biggest issues at hand right now is the fact that we're completely out of medicine. But now that brings us back to 8. So that's pretty good. Not amazing, of course, but pretty good. We have a slave trader as well. We're not gonna sell Veldron. Veldron's part of the crew. But if we get enough cash, we might go ahead and try to purchase someone else instead. I'm not sure if we'll do that, because I kind of think it's a case scenario where there's other more important things that we could use the metal on, at least for the time being. But, you know, we never know. We never know how things might change and what might actually become a bigger priority to us than others. Veldron actually got to 16% chance to recruit there, so that's actually quite a bit higher than it's been for him in the past. Let's go ahead and select to chop down more trees. Might as well get all those out of there anyways, just because it's probably going to be a good thing to get those out of the way in case of fire. Where is Jack Frost? Oh, Jack, what are you doing in there, Jack Frost? He was probably building, actually, now that I look at that whole situation. So that's going to be a lot more potatoes for us. We're going to put those outside, of course. I don't think we're going to sell those, just because we actually probably do need to start stockpiling on those to make sure that we have enough food at a time. There isn't a hell of a lot of wood there, but that's actually probably going to be good enough. Does everyone have, Oh, yeah, that's right. I think everyone does have some armor. Yeah, everyone in the colony has tribeware. I don't need to double check that. Jack Frost is... Oh, no, okay, he's doing warren work with Veldron. I was gonna say Jack Frost is one of our main haulers, so it probably makes sense to, kind of have him start doing the trade tasks now, but, actually he's getting distracted by that, and getting Veldron on this crew again would obviously be a very good thing. 154. It's certainly nothing to be ignored. That's gonna be 3 more pieces of medicine. I think you guys might be like, yo, why are you buying so much medicine? You've got 8 now, probably good to just hold on to it. I think medicine is a thing where, obviously you can have more than enough, but I think it's a thing where probably once we get to 15, I'll feel more secure in waiting, so... We're still chopping down all those trees, of course, so we'll try to finish those off. Hopefully we'll finish them off before this trader leaves. I'm not sure if that would be a thing. People are passing by, doesn't really matter. As I did mention before, though, a lot of keeping some of that extra cash would be kind of nice, because I would love to give it to one of the different factions, in particular one of these two, the Whites, Mallard, Kexigo, or Gaiety's Forest, because they are so close to being hostile to us. Like I said before, pretty sure that, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm pretty sure when they actually become hostile is 40, so... These guys are actually 1 level away from coming at us with attack forces, and obviously that's something that we totally would not want. So we've gotten like no research done, and I think that's because we only... What the... Oh, that's right, Veldron was our other researcher. That's a big issue. That's a really big issue, actually. Well, you know what? There isn't really much that Egg is doing. So let's make Egg a main researcher. I believe he's only level 3 as well, but research seems to be a task that people actually gain experience in much more rapidly than many others. I I have a passion for research? Why haven't I been doing research before? Oh my god. Well, okay, now hopefully that means that all the research in the world will be completed. We've waited way too long before getting on that ship's basics. I wish I noticed that before, because honestly, it's kind of a case scenario where I'm a little bit scared about the future of the colony in regards to, the next enemy attacks that happen. Obviously, getting that minigun is a huge plus for the colony. Whoa, look at that skeleton. That's pretty cool. So I guess the white squirrel that's up there actually is indeed a skeleton. Can you, like, get destroyed completely? Maybe we could have someone attack that. Like, I don't want to... Alex is going to sleep. He's got Lee Enfield, so it might not be the best weapon for it, but can we have him just get rid of this squirrel corpse? Kill the squirrel corpse! That doesn't work. That makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't, imagine that. Unless you could select to hunt a squirrel corpse. Let's see that. Can you hunt the squirrel corpse? No, you can't. Men hunt down that dead skeleton. As if there was ever a living skeleton. So let's go ahead and actually see Jack Frost, my main man. Once you finish checking in with Veldron here, we're going to have him open up communications just to check, see if that one, still failing with a 17% chance. Yeah, the person left. Since the person left, what I think we're going to do then is we're going to go over all this wood and we're going to mark it not to be picked up because I don't want to put in our stash. I don't want the game knowing that we have all those resources just chilling there and giving us more threatening enemies in the future. So, still not exactly sure if it works like that, but I think it does since the changes to how enemies show up. Redfields is back once again. Redfields just will not leave. He's like, hey guys, I'm back again. Remember me? I never leave. I was gonna say I never shut up, but that's actually a lot crueler than I intended with what I was saying. And I think I was actually wrong before when I said there weren't any tasks that require wood, because I think actually the beds needed to be built, or at least I think there were a couple of them that did at that current moment. Yeah, look how fast research is being done! Obviously that's not incredibly fast, but it would have been finished long ago if I didn't make the stupid mistake of forgetting that Veldron was one of our researchers. Egg is only level 4 right now. That's actually not as good as I'd hoped from getting all that research done, and not incredibly close to getting the next level accomplished, but look at how fast that thing scales. That is the speed of a researching god. Or at least I'd hope it would be. Oh, Veldron's back in the crew. Awesome. Cool to see Veldron's back with us, especially seeing as he'll be another researcher, of course. Also another crafter. Cool. Oh, and our main hauler. That's always nice. It's so nice to get the haulers out of the way so we don't have to worry about that kind of thing. Redfields, can you just, like, leave? You're just occupying space. You're like, yeah, I'm chilling here. I'm not really gonna do anything, but, you know, I'll be here, so you could get annoyed by me and all. Veldron's way up there. Let's go ahead, and since Veldron seems to be kind of moving out on his own journey or way, let's go ahead and grab that bow right there. Is this room... What was this? Oh, this is also gonna be the slag room. Okay, so there does actually need to be a place for us to haul the mechanoids. So let's go ahead and actually set that up right now. Obviously, we don't have the table for it. Yeah, we don't. So actually, maybe this isn't the best time to do it. Yeah, we'll do it anyways. So this is gonna be the crematorium slash the mechanoid slaughterhouse or something like that. That just sounded a lot darker than I intended. It's like, yes, kill all mechanoids. But who knows? Maybe someday the mechanoids will be able to be our friends and join the colony. That would actually be kind of cool. But I also kind of doubt that that'll ever become a thing. So let's expand that like that. Then we could probably delete that zone right there. I'm not sure where the table's gonna be, but we'll select the walkway to get to the table later on. Of course, all of these stockpiles only need to hold corpses, and the only corpses that they will have will, of course, be the standard mechanoid ones that we have wanted to set up before. So that'll be pretty good for that room. That means hopefully eventually, before too long, those mechanoids should get carried out. I think Veldron should work on that for sure before too long. There's shipbuilding basics done. So, what would be the best thing to do? What one's the shortest? Let's deal with the short ones first. And and work our way up from there. We could do the computer core since we already have the AI persona core. It makes sense to kind of get that one done, since I guess we're already one step of the way through completing all that. And a trade ship is passing by. A combat supplier! Oh! That actually makes me anxious to sell some of our medicine if we can. We could probably sell 2 of our short bows. Like, we can make Veldron drop his if this combat supplier has any good stuff. That's really why we should have held on to some of the cash, actually, be looking back upon things. That was my bad. I should have known to do that. Obviously, I made a mistake and not doing that. Hey, Veldron's got the big old bed. Big old bed all to Veldron's self. So how do we make you... Okay, drop short bow, Veldron. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. So that was like the worst Elvis impression anyone has ever heard. We do have more enemies. Another group of mechanoids, which is increasingly scary. Since the map brought us right here, I imagine they're dropping in on us, which might actually be a better thing. But let's go ahead and actually get everyone ready. That means Veldron should actually probably go ahead and equip that short bow, at least temporarily. Hopefully, we won't be in a situation where the enemies will, Actually, wait, what's the best place to go? Jack Frost and Egg should probably chill in there, since that'll be a safe place for them. Austin, let's get him in here, since that's like the closest room that's safe. Veldron will go in there. What we really need to do, this is what we really need to do. We need to add a door right there, and to add a door right there. That would, help a lot of the issues that we're in right now. And then those 3 can chill right there as well. Let's see where these guys are landing. Oh, no, it's a centipede. Well, that may be good, especially since its sight has been weakened. Question is, does that mean we fight it or not? Probably just leave it to the turrets, but you know what? Maybe we could actually handle it. Let's see what we could do. We could actually probably end up distracting it, I think. Like, okay, it's stunned right now, which is obviously a good thing. So let's get those 2 out there. Try to get, okay, it actually is firing upon the, oh, no, now it's switched to us. So now it's not, now it's distracted. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna basically try to play like a kind of distraction game with this thing. We're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna fire upon him. Oh, nope, now you're not. Nope, because we're moving them into cover. They're safe now. You can't hurt them. Basically kind of like we're teasing this guy, playing, distracting him whenever we can, so our people can shoot him and make sure that he doesn't take out any shots on us, which actually is working quite amazingly well right now, to be completely honest. Dude, yeah, these people are even gonna get some pot shots on him every now and then if we continue to get lucky like we did right there. Egg, don't hit Veldron, please. Okay, he's going back to the turret once again by the looks of it. But this guy has got to be almost dead. Oh, his sight is very poor, hearing poor. And, like, basically, this guy's at death's door right now. This is actually probably, once again, the best thing that could have happened to the colony, to be completely honest, because now we're gaining our free minigun. Like, we didn't have any weaponry before, basically, because everything was, like, garbage that we had. But now the game is slowly, completely turning the alternate way. Like, this is pretty freaking awesome. We honestly... Is the centipede still alive? No, that's the raspberry bush that has that health. Honestly, we might be in a case scenario where, we might not want to sell anything anymore. Of course, we could sell the short bows. Short bows are kind of, really crummy. Wait, Veldron, did you not pick it up? Oh, I distracted him. You didn't even have it. That's kind of funny, actually. So let's go ahead and have Veldron grab that. Once those 2 will be in there, I think we could totally go ahead and have Jack Frost actually go ahead and open up communications with that again. We're about to run pretty low on food because I'm pretty sure basically everyone in the colony is going to start eating now. But that's okay. They deserve the food. Jack Frost, you go ahead and eat. And we actually still have a lot of food left over. So let's go ahead and call this guy. Let's see what you've got for me, buddy. Oh, yes, combat suppliers are the ones who sell medicine for quite low amounts. I thought we were at 12. I guess I just counted like an idiot. An M16! 2 M16s. That's really good. Obviously, we're not selling them the minigun. Doesn't look like we'll be able to actually afford the M16s. But, you know, that's okay. Might as well go ahead and just buy some medicine instead then. Especially since we can actually get 4 of them for the price of 2, at least comparing it to other places. Yeah, that mechanoid is actually still alive. Who should be given the honors? I don't know. Maybe we'll actually just let it rot. We'll let the poor creature just, kind of fiddle all over the place right there or something. There's the minigun. Who is our next best shot? That's what we need to test. Check out here, at least. Those 2 are 3s. How's Alex doing? 4. So far, Alex is the next contender. Austin is a 6 with a passion for it. And Egg already has one, so it looks like it's gonna be Austin. Austin, you have been upgraded to levels of minigun capabilities. Oh, shoot! I think no one else has a bow, right? Oh no, Veldron will need to grab the new pistol. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say that means we could actually go ahead and swap Alex to the from his Lee Enfield to a pistol, because seeing as he's not the best shot, I would rather have him have a pistol than a Lee Enfield. But unfortunately, I think it's actually going to be I think we just need to give that thing to Veldron. And I was gonna say then we could sell the Lee Enfield and get an M16 for that. And in all honesty, that probably might still be the best idea if we're talking from a strategic standpoint, because obviously having one Lee Enfield on a guy with level 3 and then a pistol on a guy who I believe is also level 3 with shooting, I think having one guy, I think instead of having 2 guys who are bad and have weapons each, I think having one guy with an M16, even if he's bad, I think that's actually probably better, but you know, we'll probably just stick with this anyway. It's simpler this way, and I'm a sucker for simplicity in many situations. So I think it's gonna be a perfectly okay, fine way for us to handle things. Research is moving along very slowly. We haven't even passed the first 1,000 mark. Granted, maybe we were actually distracted by the enemy assaults that ended up happening there, but Egg has reached level 5 and is almost halfway to level 6, so hopefully the research will actually start getting accomplished much more quickly. Veldron hasn't done very much research because he is still level 3 and not all that close to level 4. So basically, obviously, that just kind of shows us that he hasn't done too much of it. It's oh shoot, Boom Rat just went boom right in our area right there. You know what? Let's go ahead and actually try to avoid the fire the quick way by removing our home. Oh, no. Yeah, actually, that's a good way to handle that, too. And then we'll remove, create no roof zone right about there. That should allow the rain to put that out. And in fact, that actually worked out very, very quickly for us. So then we could go ahead and add both of those back into the system. The poor Boom Rat. I always feel bad when the creatures in this game are just kind of left in a place to basically inevitably die, like that poor Boom Rat was. Kind of the situation that the Centipede is in. Still incapacitated, just kind of chilling there, suffering for the rest of his life. But you know what? I don't really care. He's a freaking jerkwad. Super cool design, though. I don't know about you guys, but I forget what they're called, but it really reminds me of those psychic big flying guys from Half-Life that kid. I mean, I'm sure most, if not all of you, know what frickin' happens in Half-Life, and if you don't really care about the plotline. But spoilers alert, the guys that kill a very, very important character at the end of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Could just said the guys who show up at the very end and do something very critical, but you know, like I said, Half-Life 2 Episode 2 has been out for so long. Which is why they freaking need to work on Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Or Half-Life Episode 3. But, you know, it's Valve. Valve, for whatever reason, is afraid of the number 3, seeing as, that's the sucky thing, guys, now. We've got to the point that Left 4 Dead 2 will just never, the Left 4 Dead series will never continue. We've gotten to the point that the Portal series will never continue, simply because they've reached, they're done with 3s, you know? Valve just doesn't do 3s. So, all those series are done. No more. We'll never see them again. We got Short Circuit. Those are always irritating because obviously those bring our batteries to 0, and we actually, when did this happen? When did we start gaining power so slowly? I guess that does make sense because I think we do have a lot of things active right now. We certainly don't need the crematorium on, so let's go ahead and turn that thing off. Connection rate is still so slow. I think it's time we got to work on some solar panels just to make sure that we have a lot of power coming in. Because if we do get another short circuit later on, then of course that would cause us a lot of issues. And we don't have a lot of tissues to deal with those issues, so we would be in a pretty bad spot if that did happen. So that's gonna take up a lot of the metal, but really, look at how fast we're getting research done. It's gonna be a very, very long time before we're able to use that metal for the ship. But then again, it's also kind of a case scenario where stockpiling up on it is gonna be very, very helpful because we need so much of it to actually finish that. But you know what? I think it's also a thing where if we continue mining, we'll be able to recover the amount that we're going to spend here very quickly. Very, very quickly, I'd imagine. So let's go ahead, start working on some additional mining projects and stuff like that. Is there anywhere else nearby? There's this section right here. But after all that's gone, we're actually not going to have all that many mineral deposits that we could actually really use to our benefit. Let me see. We could end up, if we really wanted to, we could end up working our way down here, because obviously this is so many mineral deposits as well, and it's got another steam geyser. So if we want to add in a third, that's probably the best place that we could go for that. Probably wouldn't be all that unreasonable to go ahead and add that third as well, because obviously that would help us a lot with more power. Because sucky thing is, with all the setups for all these rooms that we've got, you know what, I think we're changing the colony. I think that we're officially going to do this, no cell. I think all, like, common rooms are just gonna have 2 lights from now on, and the bigger ones can have 4, but like the research room, that only needs 2 lights. Communications room, that only needs 2 lamps, and then of course all the like individual rooms can only get 2 lamps as well, because it's one of those things where the lamps don't do an incredible amount to affect the power, unless you of course have a lot of them, and that's our main issue. When we put 4 of them in each room, that ends up adding up really quickly, and that changes a lot for the power. Like, see, look, you can actually very visually see how much that change affected things, and I think it is a very, very good thing that we ended up changing it that way, because now that should it won't drastically change how fast these things fill up, but it will change it quite a big deal, and that's obviously the main important thing. Centipede is still dying ever so slowly, but you could suck it. Centipedes are jerkwads, so, you know, we don't care about them too much. Let's go ahead and select this little thing to be hauled out. That should have been hauled out long ago. And, see, that's the weird thing about the position we're in right now. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to do, but I also don't want to do them because I don't want to I don't want to, like, for example, we could go ahead and build the kitchen in here. Oh, more enemies coming to attack us soon. We could go ahead and build a kitchen in here if we wanted to, like I said before. We could go ahead and build a prisoner room, because we should build a prisoner room somewhere. We could go ahead and research some of the extra projects so we could actually get the what is that thing called exactly now? I always forget. The electric smelting. We could get that set up in there, or we could do the machining table or mechanoid destruction table or something like that. But I don't want to do that because all of those kind of connect to wanting to save up for building the ship and wanting to do work on getting research done for the ship. But we'll figure out how things go. Obviously, for now, we need to actually kind of deal with the situation we've got right now. We've got another combat supplier. Not going to be able to do anything about that. We've got people who are attacking immediately. Tribes people. So, to be completely honest, I meant to go to their location, but they're way over there. Being tribes people, it's kind of annoying because, obviously, we're not going to get too much of a benefit from them. We do have a combat supplier who just came in, though, so we could probably sell all the bows that they're carrying. But basically, it's a thing where, they shouldn't be much of a problem. We've got 2 miniguns and those 4 turrets, so I think these guys are going to be dead meat. We do still need to keep on gaining power, though, because, maybe we should actually turn off a couple lamps to just to be safe. So let's turn off all the top row lamps in that room right there. How quickly is that working for us then? Yeah, we'll have to double check that when the fight actually starts to make sure that we're using that effectively. So they're getting pretty close to us. Let's go ahead and get everyone set up. We should probably put our main fighting crew up front. You know what I should do? I didn't think about this until now. I think we're either going to go ahead. Is Jack Frost the man who has the armor? Yes, he is. Either, I think, unfortunately, we're going to need to remove Jack Frost's armored vest, or we're going to need to give the minigun to him. I think we're going to remove his vest and give it to Egg, because obviously we want the people with the best weapons to also be the most secure in regards to their, like, health and stuff like that. So let's put Egg right there. Noah still has a bow and arrow. That kind of sucks. I thought most people were beyond that, but I guess I was wrong. Noah can go right there. Veldron has a pistol. Veldron can probably go right there. Who was the other guy? Oh, where is this man Green going? He's taking the long way around this situation. Let's move him there. Noah, since you've got bow, you could just go right there. And then Cameron can move into the position that Noah was going to go into. And then, who is left over? Austin was the one with the other Uzi. Or minigun, not Uzi. But we'll let him eat his meal first. We definitely want to make sure that no one gets close to any mental breaks before this fight ends. And obviously, a great way to work towards that would be allow people to get their daily intake of food and nutrition and all that stuff before we actually get started. So, I think we should be pretty set. Oh, Jack Frost isn't going out there. Jack Frost, my main man, you need to go, buddy. Run like the wind. So, okay, obviously the fight has gotten started. We only have one of our Uzi people, but, I mean, not Uzi. Apparently, I'm always gonna say Uzi. Nice, we got a dude we might be able to recruit. Most of them have been taken down as well. None of our people have taken a hit. Egg just took his first hit. That's unfortunate. Torso took a little bit of damage, but that's actually not even, creating any, issues with, like, main injuries and stuff like that. People still mainly seem to be focusing on the turrets, which is, really foolish in their right, of course, but I'm happy about it. Misses! Come on, come on. Yes! They're fleeing already! The foolish fools! No! Oh my god. I just died. I just died. That's so sad. No! I can't believe it! I didn't think it was anywhere close to that. That is so freaking sad. Oh, well, if I could say anything, to be completely honest, if anyone was to go, I'm actually kind of happiest that it was me or my character, because that makes me feel the least bad. You know, if one of you guys died, I'd be like, oh no, I dishonored, like, the people of the colony, like, I should have kept them alive, but I failed. But, basically, I'm trying to say I'd rather sacrifice myself than you guys. That is why, though, we need to give the guys with the miniguns that extra armor. So I think that probably means that Jack Frost is probably going to upgrade to the minigun. So let's go ahead and select for him to upgrade it, and then I think we are actually going to call it quits for this video. Such a sad, dramatic end. I cannot believe it. That was only, I think that was only 2 hits that killed me. So apparently I was a total pushover. That's so tragic. So very, very sad indeed. But that's gonna be our first grave of the site as well, so we'll need to add that in the next video. But anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all next time.